Divine Lessons on Apologies, 7 Miraculous Truths Revealed for Supernatural Deliverance and Healing. The sun dipped beyond the rolling hills of the quaint English village, leaving behind a celestial glow that lit the worn stone church with an ethereal shimmer. Inside, Hannah knelt fervently, her heart heavy yet hopeful, praying for strength as whispers flickered through the congregation like restless fireflies. Her faith community, known for fervent prayer and heartfelt worship, was about to witness something incredible, something supernatural. As she lifted her voice, a warm breeze swept through, filling the air with an unmistakable presence. The church seemed to hold its breath. "Blessed are the peacemakers," she murmured, thinking of her son, now grappling with shadows of bullying at school. Little did she know the chain of miraculous events about to unravel. Suddenly, the church lights flickered. Gasps echoed as a light so bright filled the sanctuary that it felt as if heaven itself had opened. An overwhelming wave of divine mystery washed over them. A secretly broken family in the back stood, their faces illuminated with awe. One man, long estranged, broke down, tears flowing as he embraced his wife. A healing moment of forgiveness ensued, catching them all by surprise. Moments later, Hannah's son entered. She noticed the shift in the atmosphere. Hope mingled with desperation. Yet, whatever impulse drove him, he had made a choice that shredded the fabric of their lives, leaving Hannah in despair. She felt the weight of judgment all around her, as if the entire church turned to whisper her name. Before we continue, I need to tell you about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, click the bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can leave a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now, let's continue. Hannah felt a rush of courage as she sought counsel from the wise old pastor, a figure revered for his unwavering faith. Together they sat, highlighted against the warm glow of flickering candles, exploring the mystique of God's grace. With compassion, he reminded her, an apology is a heart's invitation for healing. Do not demand. Instead, allow him to uncover his journey. Returning to the gathering, the palpable energy of transformation enveloped Hannah. With her family close, she led them in prayer, each word a plea for forgiveness amid uncertainty. The air thickened with tension, yet something extraordinary began to happen. One by one, individuals stood to share their burdens, laying bare grievances that had smoldered in silence. Hannah watched in awe as unhealed wounds revealed, vulnerability transpiring into strength. As they prayed, a heavenly light flickered above, swirling like a gentle embrace of peace. It descended, not just upon Hannah, but over the entire congregation. Cheers of joy erupted like thunder as healings echoed through the hall. Hearts once hardened began to thaw. Old friends, once parted by argument, ran to each other, entwining in a tapestry of newfound love. Amidst all this, Hannah remained rooted in her own battle. Would her son grasp the significance of this divine journey? Would he step into healing alongside her? The festivities continued, illuminating the evening with the brightness of hope, but shadows lingered in Hannah's heart. Would these bonds last? What divine intervention awaited them in the days that followed? A hush fell over the congregation, every heartbeat a prayer, every whisper a secret longing, leaving the air thick with expectancy. As the echoes of joy faded, a deep stillness settled over the church. It wrapped around Hannah like a soft blanket, the warmth contradicting the chill of her worry. She glanced toward the entrance, where her son stood, visibly torn between the warmth of the holy gathering and the shadows whispering within him. The flickering candles seemed to cast a spotlight on his uncertainty, beckoning him closer. Her heart quickened. God, grant him the courage to step forward, she prayed silently. Each inhale felt heavy with anticipation, as if she could feel the congregation's collective breath held, a community unified in the waiting. Suddenly, her son took a step forward. The moment seemed to stretch, and she prayed it wasn't just her wishful thinking. He was feeling the presence of something greater, a call to something more than himself. But would he accept it? Each step was like a whisper. Did he dare trust in the love he had experienced, even while being lost?
As he reached the front, Hannah felt faith welling up within her, mingling with a mother's fear. It was then she noticed other young people from the parish draw closer to him, their expressions a mix of concern and encouragement. Seeing this support ignited a hope she hadn't realized was dimming inside her. "Will you forgive me?" His voice shook slightly as he spoke. The question hung in the air, tangible yet fragile, a quivering leaf about to flutter down to the earth. The congregation held their breath as one, an unspoken connection unified them all in this weighty moment of vulnerability. Hannah's heart ached for him, knowing the pressure he felt not only from the world but from within himself. She wanted to rush to his side, to assure him that forgiving oneself was as powerful as seeking forgiveness from others. Yet she held back, allowing him this sacred moment of truth. Around her she could see tears glistening in the eyes of others. In that space, love coursed through the church, an invisible thread weaving hearts together.
They were witnessing a divine exchange, one that had the potential to alter lives profoundly, a raw invitation to redemption, echoing God's grace. And then, something miraculous happened. A soft, radiant glow enveloped her son, illuminating him in a way that transcended the physical life of the candles. It was as if the heavens themselves were opening to embrace him. Hannah couldn't help but gasp in wonder. Onlookers shared murmurs of awe, eyes wide in disbelief and joy. The atmosphere thickened with a tangible presence of the divine. In that moment, the congregation erupted in supportive encouragement. "Forgive yourself," they echoed. "We're here with you." With each word of affirmation, her son's shoulders relaxed, and a glow of newfound peace began to wash over his face. Hannah felt tears spilling from her eyes. They were tears of relief, gratitude, and worry, the weight of years suddenly lifting. But in the back of her mind, questions loomed, heavy like clouds threatening rain. How would they navigate this newfound grace upon returning home? Would old habits and fears tug them back like strong currents? While the church buzzed with praise, she found herself wrestling with the unknown. That night, she tucked her son into bed, the air still tinged with the sweetness of healing. As she knelt beside him, a small prayer formed on her lips. "Let us keep this light, Lord. Help us carry it forward." And then, with a soft rustle, came the words he spoke next. "What if I slip again, Mom? What if I can't hold on to this?" A profound silence surrounded them, and as Hannah pondered his worries, she realized she was not just an observer in this unfolding story, but a participant in God's ongoing work. How does one truly embrace forgiveness? And could their journey lead not just to healing, but to a transformative purpose that God was calling them to? Little did she know, deeper questions were burgeoning in the heart of her son and within herself, unveiling paths they had yet to explore. As sleep settled in, each heartbeat was a prayer, a promise of what was to come. What divine mystery awaited them next? What hidden treasures lay beyond their trust in his plan? The evening closed not with resolution, but with anticipation, each soul poised on the edge of faith, waiting for God to unveil what comes next. Hannah woke to the soft light filtering through her bedroom window. A new day had dawned, but it felt like the echoes of last night still lingered. Her heart fluttered with hope and trepidation. The warmth of the church service hung in the air, inviting yet laden with the questions left unsettled. She made her way to the kitchen, the familiar sounds of the morning bringing a sense of normalcy that felt fragile. As she prepared breakfast, her mind turned to her son, still sleeping soundly. Would he carry the light he found within the walls of the church into the world beyond? She poured a cup of steaming tea, seeking solace in the ritual. Moments later, her son shuffled into the kitchen, his sleep-hazy eyes searching for answers. She could see the innocence of youth wrestling with the weight of new burdens. "Mom," he said quietly, "I keep thinking about last night, about forgiving myself." Hannah set down the cup, her heart heavy yet hopeful. "It's a journey, dear. Forgiveness isn't a one-time thing. It's something we can visit as often as we need," she replied, carefully choosing her words. The truth of it wrapped around them both, a gentle reminder that their faith was always evolving. As they shared breakfast, she watched him bite into a piece of toast, the light dancing in his eyes when he spoke about his friends. Perhaps there was a way for him to grow from this experience, to use it as a foundation for a life filled with purpose. "How can I help other people who are lost? Maybe I can turn my mistakes into something good," he mused, a newfound determination shining through. Hannah felt her heart swell. It was a glimpse of the boy turning into a man who could help illuminate the path for others. As they finished their meal, a thought struck her like a wave.
"Sometimes I think God allows us to face hardships so we can help others through theirs," she said softly. "What if those struggles are meant to guide us?" Her son nodded, but uncertainty still lingered in his expression. "So it's not just about me, it's bigger than that." "Exactly, love. It's about connecting our stories," she encouraged. "Think of it as a tapestry where every thread contributes to the whole. Your challenges can be woven into something beautiful, something meaningful for others." Suddenly, the doorbell rang, breaking the stillness. They both exchanged glances, curiosity crackling in the air. As Hannah opened the door, she was met by a local pastor, his face radiant with joy yet brimming with concern. "Hannah, I came to check in on you and your son after last night. Many of us from the church want to know how you both are feeling." Her heart warmed at the welcome intrusion, feeling less isolated now as a circle of community began forming around them. "We're still processing, but it was a pivotal moment." The pastor smiled knowingly, as if he sensed the divine fingerprints on their lives. "It often takes a village to help us see clearly," he said, inviting himself in. "Why not gather a few of the youth today? Let's encourage them to share their stories. Sometimes healing comes in community." Hannah felt the stirrings of anticipation ramp up in her spirit. Inviting others into their journey might deepen not only her son's understanding of forgiveness, but hers too. "Would you like to join us?" she asked her son. He hesitated, then nodded, the spark of excitement brightening his features. They began preparing for a gathering, feeling the stirring energy of hope weaving through their hearts.
As laughter floated through the house and the buzz of youth filled the air, Hannah felt a transformation asserting itself in the space between their intentions and actions. But as the moments unfolded, she couldn't shake an underlying thought. Were they ready for the stories that would come? Would they embrace the revelations that would arise from shared brokenness? And as the door swung open, welcoming friends inside, Hannah wondered what divine lessons awaited them all in the unfiltered honesty of their truths. What might be revealed in their willingness to be vulnerable? The air thickened with the promise of connection as everyone stood on the precipice of transformation, waiting to see what God had in store for them all. The room buzzed with energy as the first smiles and greetings filled the air. Young faces, bright with enthusiasm, flocked around Hannah and her son. They had come in clusters, bringing their stories, their laughter, and an unspoken understanding that they were all in this together. Hannah could see the familiar view of her son transform before her eyes. He stood a bit taller as he welcomed his friends, feeling the inviting pull of community. She caught snippets of conversation, the ebb and flow of stories, each one carrying a piece of their heart. The local pastor, already in conversation with a group of teenagers, recognized the moment to catalyze their gathering. "Let's sit in a circle, shall we?" he suggested, his voice warm and authoritative. "We'll create a space where everyone feels safe to share." As they settled, Hannah's heart raced a little. How would they cope with their vulnerabilities unveiled? Each teenager was carrying their unique burdens, yet there was an air of excitement simmering beneath the surface. "Today, I want us to reflect on what forgiveness looks like in our lives," the pastor began, his eyes speaking volumes. "I believe sharing our paths will bring healing." The room quieted, anticipation hanging thick. The pastor gestured toward Hannah's son. "Would you like to begin?" He shifted in his seat, visibly nervous yet determined. Last night was really strange for me," he started, his voice steadying. "I felt lost, but I also felt this desire to be better. I realized I've hurt people. I want to make things right. I think I can learn how to help others with what I'm going through." A hush fell over the group, solidarity knitting them together. They felt the raw honesty pulse from him, a crack in the armor of bravado that many wore. One by one, stories began to flow. A girl spoke of betrayal among friends, her tears mingling with the laughter of moments once shared. A boy admitted to fogging his mind with bad choices, desperate to escape the pressure of expectations. With each revelation, the atmosphere shifted, hearts opening. Hannah felt the power of connection heating the room, vibrant as a flame. The discomfort in the air transformed into a canvas for God's grace to work through them. A collective sigh of relief rippled through the circle as they embraced the weight of their truth. "Forgiveness is hard," said a girl with kind eyes, "but I think if we all try, we can turn our struggles into something beautiful, just like you said, like a tapestry." Her words hung in the air, spiraling around them. Everyone nodded, the grasp of hope growing warmer. Hannah's heart brimmed with gratitude for these moments of shared clarity. The pastor chimed in, "When we forgive, we let go, not just for others, but for ourselves too. Healing has to start from within." Hannah's son looked around the room, the realization of something monumental sinking in. "So it's like we're all on this path together," he said, "supporting each other?" "Yes," the pastor encouraged. "And what if forgiveness leads to a deeper discovery of who we are meant to be? What if we uncover our purpose through our shared stories?" They sat in a holy stillness, allowing the profound question to settle. Hannah felt her spirit swell, yet a familiar flicker of doubt ran through her mind. They were embarking on something sacred, yet what lies ahead could also be fraught with uncertainty. Had they truly stepped onto a path of healing or into deeper struggles? And as the gathering continued, she realized they were at the edge of a significant moment. How would they navigate the deeper waters of their truths? Would they dare to embrace the lessons that lay ahead in their collective journey? As eyes locked in shared understanding, a soft whisper of expectancy swept through the room. An unseen force was collecting their stories like treasures, ready to be transformed into something extraordinary. What awaited them as they ventured deeper into this revelation of faith and redemption? Hannah sensed they were teetering on the brink of the divine. The air shimmered with potential as the pastor leaned back in his seat, his gaze sweeping over the circle. It was a moment of expectancy, a stillness tinged with the promise of transformation. Each face reflected hope, apprehension, and the hint of something divine stirring beneath their vulnerabilities. Hannah felt it too, a magnetic energy coaxing their souls further into the light. "Forgiveness," the pastor began gently, "is not a simple act. It's a journey, often complicated, but so vital. It's where we exchange our burdens for grace." His words resonated like a hymn through the gathering, enveloping them in a comforting embrace. The girl with kind eyes spoke again, her voice stronger now. "I always thought forgiveness was about letting someone off the hook, but now I see it's really about freeing ourselves." Nods spread like ripples across the circle. Each heart was awakening to this powerful shift. Hannah leaned forward. She felt the warmth of belonging swell within her. "Let's uncover what we really need to forgive," the pastor encouraged. "It could be apologies not given or resentment that lingers. Who do we need to forgive?
And who do we need to forgive ourselves for?" Hannah's son was deep in thought, his brow furrowed. "I think, for me, I haven't forgiven myself for letting others down. I've been so focused on what they think of me that I lost sight of who I am." His voice grew firmer, as if shedding layers of doubt. "I need to own up to my mistakes, not just for them, but for me." Those words struck Hannah like a bolt of lightning. The weight lifting from her son was palpable. A hush fell over the room again. Each participant was inwardly contemplating their own narratives, absorbing the essence of healing. The pastor encouraged everyone to close their eyes. They took a collective breath, allowing the stillness to penetrate their thoughts. "Listen to what is in your heart," he prompted softly. "What do you need to say to those you've wronged? And more importantly, what do you need to hear from yourself?" Time seemed suspended. Eyelids fluttered open, revealing tentative expressions. One by one, teenagers began to share their inner revelations. Voices quavered, eyes shined with unshed tears, and smiles flickered as they stepped into vulnerability. They spoke of forgiveness treaties they wished to negotiate with friends, with family, with the mirror staring back at them. Hannah felt her son's hand reach for hers, squeezing it tight, an unspoken bond anchoring them in this sacred space. She squeezed back, her heart swelling with pride and love. They were transforming, shedding old skin like snakes, emerging renewed. A voice broke through the stillness. Another boy. "I want to apologize to my dad. I know I haven't been the son he deserves." The room wrapped around him like a warm shawl of understanding. "Then let that acknowledgement be your first step," the pastor affirmed, his smile radiant. "Each word is a thread in the fabric of your healing. That journey can lead straight to your purpose." Purpose, Hannah thought, her heart racing. What if these moments of confession and revelation were indeed leading them toward a greater calling? Was it possible that through their struggles they might discover profound directions meant just for them? The pastor brought them back to focus. "As we begin to mend relationships, let's remember that we're not alone on this journey. We can support one another in ways that empower. We can bring light into each other's darkness."
An intriguing spark lit Hannah's spirit. What if their collective journey of forgiveness unveiled a magnificent tapestry interwoven with miraculous truths? And just then, the pastor leaned forward, urgency radiating from him. What if I told you that in this circle we're not just sharing stories? What if we're planting seeds that could flourish into something miraculous, the kind of deliverance and healing we've only dreamed of? At his words, a wave of energy rippled through the group. Excitement stirred like bubbles of champagne, a promise of the extraordinary blooming in mundane spaces.
The youths looked around. Many cast glances filled with curiosity, as if each word held the key to a deeper exploration. What miraculous truths awaited them? What divine manifestations were eager to be revealed as they walked steadfastly through their journey of forgiveness? As Hannah's heart danced with the possibility, she realized they were standing at the threshold of something far greater than themselves, something divine, waiting to unfold. A sacred hush enveloped the gathering, and Hannah felt that this was not just another meeting. This was a moment where change could ripple across their lives. The pastor's gaze held each person, and he spoke again, his voice steady and warm. Imagine for a moment, he began, that every word shared tonight is a tiny spark. When we kindle these sparks through honesty and vulnerability, they can ignite a fire of healing. Around the circle, heads nodded slowly, as though they could feel the flames dancing just out of reach. A girl with bright brown hair looked up, her eyes glistening with determination. I want to invite forgiveness into my heart, but it feels so heavy, she admitted. The pastor smiled knowingly. Embrace that heaviness. It means you're real. When we hold on to our pain, we hide our light. Let's turn that weight into wings instead. A ripple of courage surged through the group, each heart finding a little more space to breathe. What if, he continued, his voice rising with power, tonight we choose to forgive not just others, but ourselves too? What if that choice begins a transformation we could never foresee? With that, Hannah's own heart quickened. She had carried years of guilt and regret, mirrored images of herself that she rarely acknowledged. Looking around the circle, she sensed that all of them bore silent burdens. Memories flooded her, reminders of words left unsaid, moments mismanaged. Let's close our eyes again, the pastor directed. Imagine each regret like a stone you carry. Can you feel it? What if, in this moment, we could lift those stones and toss them into the sea of forgetfulness? As they surrendered to the moment, Hannah envisioned her burdens, each stone representing a missed opportunity to love, a miscommunication, or an expectation unfulfilled. Gradually, she pictured them being hurled into a vast ocean where waves crashed against the shore with purpose. Each splash echoed as release and renewal. I choose to forgive myself, she whispered, almost without noticing. Her voice melted into the surrounding silence, a sound so palpable. As the group opened their eyes, the atmosphere felt thick with expectancy, as if each soul was woven together by an unseen thread. One boy, usually quiet, stood and said, I feel lighter. I need to make things right with my sister. I've ruined so many moments. Then let that be your act of love, the pastor encouraged, a seed planted for new beginnings.
Hannah smiled, witnessing the influence of these shared intentions kindle hope in others as well. Each testimony became richer, allowing doubt to dissolve like morning mist. Who else longs to let go? The pastor leaned in further. Who else feels the fire of healing beginning to ignite within? Hands shot up with newfound boldness. Hannah's heart soared as each voice, raw and sincere, poured forth stories of pain, yet shadowed by an unwavering light of hope. They spoke about the power of words to rebuild, hearts to reconnect, and lives to transform. This is it, she thought, exhilaration radiating through her. Their community was becoming a tapestry stitched together by shared authenticity and divine intention. Outside the windows, the stars began to twinkle, and the pastor nodded toward the night sky. See that shimmering light up there? It's not just beautiful. It's a reminder that we too are made of stardust, meant to shine brilliantly through the darkness.
Every act of forgiveness can help spotlight the way for others. Hannah's eyes glistened as they collectively took a moment of stillness to absorb the night's revelations. She could feel the divine presence wrapping around them like a loving embrace. "What if this is just the beginning?" the pastor asked, his voice a gentle whisper. "What if tonight we awaken to lives of purpose, light, and extraordinary grace?" A sense of charge swept through the circle, invigorating each soul. With hearts opened wide like sunflowers turning toward the light, they began to envision a world where forgiveness forged a new reality. As the pastor concluded, his eyes sparkled like the stars outside. And what happens next? When we embrace this newfound freedom, how far can we reach? Trust that something miraculous awaits us just beyond this threshold. Anticipation bubbled in Hannah's chest. With hearts and minds poised, they stood at the edge of something remarkable, and she knew their journey had only just begun. What miracles lay ahead, waiting for them to explore? As the echoes of the pastor's words lingered in the air, a quiet resolve settled over the group. Each heart pulsed with the rhythm of new hopes and distant dreams ignited by their commitments. Hannah could almost see visions flickering in their eyes, a patchwork of futures spun from the threads of forgiveness they just begun to weave. "Let's take a moment," the pastor invited. "Let's sit in silence and reflect on the lives we long to touch through our new light." The atmosphere shifted, thickening with anticipation. Faces softened, and individual expressions transformed into a gentle communion of souls. Hannah slipped into her thoughts, picturing her family, old friends, and the remnants of relationships altered by unspoken regrets. She wondered, what if every soul I reached sought the same light? What if I had the courage to bridge those gaps? Suddenly, a voice broke the stillness. "Can we talk about the hardest part?"
It was the girl with bright brown hair again, her tone both fragile and fierce. "I mean, it's one thing to forgive, but how do we really ask others for forgiveness?" A murmured agreement swept through the group, each person leaning forward, hungry for wisdom. The pastor nodded, sensing the gravity of the question. Asking for forgiveness is a sacred act. It invites vulnerability, a leap of faith. Think of it as a bridge we invite others to cross with us. Hannah felt herself lean closer, captivated by the idea. A bridge, she thought, yearning to connect, seeking to explore the depths of reconciliation. "Some of you might feel scared," he continued, "but remember, it's in our honesty where healing begins. When we reach out, we reveal a part of ourselves that was once hidden. It's an act of love, a sacred offering." Courage pulsed through Hannah like electricity. The thought of extending her hand felt both terrifying and exhilarating. "What if my fear of rejection fades when love is my intent?" she mused. Another voice spoke up, this time an older gentleman. "I've held on to grudges for too long, out of pride perhaps. Learning to ask," he hesitated, then continued, "it feels almost foreign." "That's exactly how it works. It feels foreign because we're not used to swimming in such waters," the pastor exclaimed, his passion igniting further dialogue. "Yet every time we forgive or ask for forgiveness, we swim deeper into our God-given purpose." Hannah couldn't hold back anymore. "What if we make a commitment tonight to reach out this week to someone we've wronged or who has wronged us?" A ripple of agreement ignited the circle, heads nodding, eyes brightening with collective determination. The pastor smiled wide. "That, my friends, is the fire of healing. You felt it. Now it's time to act." They spent the next few moments brainstorming ways to approach their loved ones, words swirling like leaves caught in a gentle breeze. Hannah could see possibilities blooming everywhere, conversations that could revitalize broken connections, joyous reunions that could arise from honesty. As the meeting slowly came to a close, the pastor reminded them, "Forgiveness is a journey, not a destination. Each step we take requires faith and practice." Hannah sensed something profound shifting within her. The heaviness she'd carried seemed to flutter away, replaced by a fluttering hope. What if forgiveness wasn't just a release, but an ongoing commitment? As they stood to leave, she felt the spark of something miraculous awaiting them, unwritten paths sculpted by love. Where will this journey of forgiveness lead us? She wondered aloud, filled with a blend of excitement and reverence. The pastor smiled knowingly. Each step invites more divine lessons.
And the most significant revelations are often just around the corner. With that, the room filled with an energy fueled by renewed purpose, and Hannah stepped out into the night, eager to see where their collective journey would take them next. What wisdom would emerge as they ventured into the realm of apologies and healing? The moon hung low in the sky, casting a silvery glow over the path Hannah walked. Her heart still danced with the aftershocks of the evening, and the pastor's words echoed brightly within her. Each step felt light, buoyed by hope that came from sharing a journey with others. As she approached her home, she found herself thinking about the commitment she'd made. Who would she reach out to first? Memories of misunderstandings with her sister flooded her mind. How many times had they let arguments build walls between them instead of bridges? Hannah felt the warmth of a loving desire bubble to the surface. "It's time to clear that space," she whispered to herself. The sight of her sister's house flickered like a candle in her heart. Taking a deep breath, she decided to start there. An unseen spark seemed to guide her footsteps. Forgiveness was more than words. It was a journey that demanded action, courage, and faith. Hannah knocked gently on the door. Her sister, Lily, opened it, a quizzical expression barely masking the surprise on her face. "Hannah?" "Hey," she replied softly, her voice trembling slightly. "Can we talk?" For a fleeting moment, silence hung between them, thick with unexpressed feelings. But then Lily stepped aside, stepping into the light of possibility. "Sure," she breathed, ushering Hannah in. They settled into the living room, the air thick with unspoken apologies. Hannah stared into her sister's eyes, feeling something shift, a collective understanding of the hurt they both carried. "I've been thinking about us," she began, her heart drumming steadily against her ribcage. "About how I haven't always listened, and I'm sorry for that." Lily's expression softened. "I've held on to my pride too long too, Hannah. It's hard to let go. I've hurt you just as much." A wave of relief washed over Hannah. It was just the beginning, but it felt like freedom. "It's okay to feel that way," she said gently. "We can start again." With each word spoken, layers of grief and regret peeled away like shedding leaves. They shared moments from their past, painful and sweet, weaving stories that tied them closer instead of separating them. Vulnerability acted as a balm, and the warmth of reconciliation filled the room. "Thank you for doing this, Hannah," Lily said slowly, her eyes shimmering with unshed tears. "Me too," Hannah admitted. "But tonight felt like a nudge from something more powerful than us, like love was guiding us back." Just then, an ethereal light seemed to flicker, momentarily illuminating their space with golden warmth.
Hannah blinked, wrapping the experience in packages of awe and hope. Had she imagined it, or was it a divine kiss of confirmation? With every confession, unspoken burdens began to lift. Grace danced in the corners of the room like fireflies, bringing an inexplicable lightness to their hearts. This was not merely a conversation. It felt like a sacred exchange, where the spirit breathed new life. As they sat there, enveloped by an atmosphere thick with love and surrender, Hannah knew this was just the first step. "What else can we do?" she asked softly, feeling an awakening within her spirit. Lily pondered for a moment, her brow furrowing in thought. "We can invite others into this, bring our family together again." Hannah's heart swelled with the desire for healing that could spread like wildfire. "Yes, let's make it a family gathering, apologies on display." They both laughed, a sound tinged with joy and anticipation. It felt like a plan, an invitation to others to join this beautiful journey of healing. As Hannah left, the night air embraced her, whispering promises of renewal. She felt changed, like a seed was planted deep within her, ready to rise into a full, flourishing bloom. Little did she know that while they had taken the first step, greater lessons awaited them, weaving their paths into a rich tapestry of divine mysteries ahead. What other divine surprises will surround them on this journey of reconciliation? The sun began to rise, painting the horizon with streaks of gold. The warmth of dawn wrapped around Hannah like a comforting embrace. She awoke with a heart full of possibilities. Memories of last night's conversation with Lily sparked joy within her soul. There was a sense of renewal, a feeling that they were no longer bound by the past. As she sipped her morning coffee, thoughts of the upcoming family gathering flowed through her mind. It felt like a gentle pull from the Lord, urging her to reach out and mend broken bonds. With each sip, she prayed for guidance. "How do I bring everyone together?" she whispered, allowing the stillness of the morning to cradle her thoughts. Moments later, her phone buzzed on the table, jolting her from her reverie.
A text from Lily lit up the screen. "What time should we do this? I can help." Hannah felt her heart fly a little higher. There was something sacred in this shared enthusiasm. They were two souls tasked with a divine mission. "Let's aim for Saturday afternoon," Hannah typed quickly. "A picnic at the park should be perfect. We can make it relaxed and open." She hit send, a rush of excitement flowing through her. As the week rolled on, Hannah busied herself with preparations. She gathered recipes, reflecting on the family favorites that had once filled their gatherings with warmth and laughter. The air in her home buzzed with nostalgic energy. Each chop of the knife, each stir in the pot, felt like an act of love, a symbol of reuniting lives once fragmented.
On the day of the picnic, the sun shone bright and cheerful. Hannah arrived at the park with baskets brimming with homemade delights. The aroma of baked bread and grilled vegetables wafted through the air, mingling with the fragrance of wildflowers that danced in the breeze. It felt heavenly, as though heaven itself had smiled down upon them. Lily arrived first, her arms open wide for a hug. "It's beautiful, Hannah," she exclaimed, gazing around at the meticulously laid out picnic spread. It felt indescribably comforting to see that shared joy reflected in her sister's eyes. As family members trickled in, Hannah noticed mixed expressions, ranging from curiosity to reservation. She felt her stomach twist a bit at the unfamiliar tension. But as she looked around, she remembered the warmth of forgiveness they had embraced. "This is our time," she reminded herself softly. Once everyone had settled around the picnic blanket, Hannah took a deep breath. "Thank you all for being here today," she began, her voice steady yet tinged with emotion. "I know things haven't always been easy between us, but I believe today is a new beginning." The crowd fell silent, eyes meeting one another's in understanding. Sensing the moment's sacredness, Hannah continued, "We're here to forgive and to love. Each of you means something precious to me. Let's cast away what divides us and embrace the healing that can unite us." That moment hung in the air, charged with grace, as if the Holy Spirit itself had settled down among them. One by one, people began to share their feelings. Words that had long been stuck in throats found their way out, unburdening hearts. Laughter emerged like the breaking dawn, and with it, tears of relief cascaded down cheeks. As the picnic unfolded, friendships rekindled, stories intertwined like threads in a tapestry, and Hannah marveled at the beauty of connection restored. She glanced around, caught in a moment of profound gratitude. Her family was coming back together. But amidst the joy, a stirring unease suddenly crept into her heart. Was this all? Did they just scratch the surface of something deeper? She felt a whisper within, something urging her to dig deeper into their reconciliation. Just as she contemplated this feeling, the flickering shadows formed under the trees seemed to shift, almost as if a heavenly presence lingered nearby. "Is anyone else feeling this?" she asked, curiosity piquing in her soul. The murmurs shared among the family hinted that perhaps they were sensing it too. What awaited them beyond this beautiful heart opening? What divine discoveries might still be hidden in their journey of healing? In the glow of the afternoon sun, the family gathered, laughter and conversation weaving a fabric of connection around them. Hannah felt a swell of joy and hope. This was more than a picnic. It was the dawning of a new chapter. And yet, an unshakable feeling lingered in her thoughts. She looked around, feeling the energy of forgiven burdens shared among familiar faces. They were together, but was this healing deep enough to transform their lives? As the chatter softened and a lull settled over the group, Hannah felt an urgency rise within her. It was time to guide them towards something deeper, a collective acknowledgement of their shared struggles and triumphs. "Can I share something?" she asked, her voice steady but filled with emotion. The crowd grew quiet, eyes meeting hers, inviting her to continue. "Today is beautiful," Hannah began, "but I can't help but feel we're at the edge of something greater. Each of us carries stories of joy, pain, love, and even regret. We've danced around them long enough. What if, instead of just forgiving, we also made space to understand and grow together?" A murmur of agreement rippled through the crowd, and her heart filled with hope. What if we took a moment to share the hurts we wish to let go of, to speak openly about what we need forgiveness for, together? She could see glimmers of understanding in their eyes. It wasn't just her that felt this divine call. After a moment, her brother spoke up.
I've kept quiet too long about how I felt left out in decisions and planning. I never wanted to stir the pot, but I felt burdened by it. His honest words hung like open palms in the air, and Hannah felt warmth flood the space where shadows only moments ago danced. Others began to share too. A sister spoke of insecurity. A cousin shared regret over lost time. Feelings once dense with silence now turned to whispers of healing. Each reflection was a pebble tossed into the lake, sending ripples of understanding across the gathering. As words flowed freely, Hannah noticed transformation taking place. The air shimmered with vulnerability, and forgiveness became tangible, a warm embrace wrapping itself around their hearts. This was what they needed, a real opportunity to share experiences, wishes, and burdens with one another. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with radiant oranges and pinks, Hannah called for a moment of stillness. "Let's pray together," she encouraged, as they formed a circle, hands clasped tight, a show of solidarity and love. "Lord, thank you for this moment," she whispered. "Help us to continue walking in the light of forgiveness. Come and guide our hearts as we unveil the layers of our lives together." The act of communal prayer sent shivers of grace through the gathering. Hannah could feel the divine presence filling their circle, like a soothing balm over every wound shared. A sudden chorus of amens rose from their midst, echoing a commitment to this newfound understanding. Suddenly, the distant sound of laughter drifted to them from a nearby area, youths kicking around a ball, their energy infectious. Hannah glanced toward the sound, seeing the joy in the faces of children playing.
"Let us become like children," she smiled, "joyful and free in our forgiveness. May we approach our lives with lightness, just as they do." And just like that, the atmosphere shifted further. They began discussing plans for family gatherings, where stories would blend, laughter would reign, and forgiveness would be the guiding force. Hope sprung forth like wildflowers, and Hannah's heart soared. As they packed up the picnic, she noticed the light of the setting sun gleaming against the radiant faces of her family. This was more than healing. This was rebirth. They were standing on the precipice of continual growth together. "Let today be just the beginning," she said, filled with joy. "I believe we have entered a season of divine connection and purpose that will guide us. Together, we embrace our challenges, our pasts, and our futures." As they made their way home, Hannah felt a palpable lightness in her heart. They had moved from brokenness toward connection, from isolation to community, and the divine promise of hope glimmered brightly before them. They had a journey ahead, filled with divine lessons waiting to be discovered. And as they took their final steps, Hannah could almost hear it, the call of purpose whispering through the winds of change, urging them forward into a future filled with blessings yet to be unveiled. Now, beloved audience, you are a part of this journey. Subscribe immediately to the channel to not miss the next exclusive faith stories that will continue to inspire. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm, helping spread this divine message. Comment below with your reactions and testimonies about this powerful ending. Let your voice be heard. And don't wait even one more second to share this video with at least 5 friends who need to see this manifestation of love and forgiveness. Only true servants of God understand the importance of supporting the channel through these actions. So let's come together and shine brighter together.